Guys, welcome to my channel. It is Christian here. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today I'm going to be bringing you my second installment of Friday's foundation fix, and today we are testing out the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-hour wear foundation and the concealer. So if you guys are interested in seeing how that is going to wear throughout the day, you're going to want to go ahead and just keep on watching. But before we get into that, if you are new to my channel, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you don't mind, before you head out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And if you are not new to my channel, welcome back, you guys. Thank you for continuing to join me. Thank you for continuing to watch. And yeah, guys, let's just go ahead and get into the review and demo. Guys, so today we're going to be testing out the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-hour wear hydrating foundation, and then we are also going to be trying out the concealer of the same name. The foundation retails for $42, and I believe it comes in 23 shades. The concealer retails for $25, and it comes in 10 shades. So both of these can be purchased at Ulta or Sephora. Picked up the foundation in the shade 2.1, picked up the concealer in light neutral. This is what the packaging looks like. It is a very nice glass bottle. Of course, it does come with a pump. I'm quickly going to read what it says on Sephora's website as far as the claims of this particular foundation. Okay, so it says that it is an oil-free hydrating foundation. It was created by Smashbox to look and feel amazing for up to 15 hours of wear. So 15 hours, that is definitely a pretty generous time. So that is some pretty good wear. We're probably only going to be wearing it, I'd say, probably for about a good 9 hours today. It's currently almost 12 o'clock. It says that, okay, so basically what it says that Studio Skin 15-hour wear foundation is perfect for days when you don't have time for foundation touch-ups. It says get the same high performance makeup in your own demanding day-to-day life. Light infusing spheres blur imperfections while makeup stays color true in any light. It says that it offers medium to full blendable coverage, that it is exercise resistant and sweat and transfer proof for flawless skin. It also says that Smashbox is the only beauty brand with Flashbox Lighting Lab where we test and perfect color consistency across 22 shades in any light. Apply this foundation in the morning for a flawless makeup look outdoors, at work, after hours, because they want every woman to meet her match. Smashbox consulted global makeup artists around the world to ensure that the shade range works for all skin tones. What that sounds like is, because we all know that we try foundation in Sephora and Ulta, and with their crazy lights, we put it on, it looks perfect, and then we go out into natural light and we just don't know what we've done to ourselves. So kind of what I'm getting from this is they tested that out. They made sure that no matter what kind of lighting you're in, that you were going to have the best color match that you can possibly get. So that is really, really cool. I was trying to decide between 2.1 and I believe there was a 2.15. I ended up going with 2.1 because I swatched it on my neck and down towards my chest, and it just looked like the actual perfect foundation shade like ever. So I'm really excited to test this out. As usual, you guys, I have already primed my skin. I used the Dior Pore Maximizer, and then I used the Laura Mercier Hydrating Foundation Primer. Like always, I'm not going to go in with any concealers or any color correctors. I want to test the coverage of the foundation without any aid of any other products. So we're going to do half of my face with a brush, and we're going to do the other half of my face with a beauty blender. It does have a little bit of a runnier consistency. So I've heard a couple of people raving about this foundation. They say that it's beautiful. It is skin-like. It just sinks into the skin beautifully. It provides really, really good coverage, but you can't even really tell that you're wearing a foundation. So I'm really hoping that's what's going to happen here for me today. And then I'm going to take the Morphe E6 brush, and then I'm just going to go ahead and blend this into my skin. Right off the bat, I can tell that it blends really easily. It completely just sank into my skin without any real effort, you guys. Like, it actually feels really almost like cooling on the skin. So it does feel really nice on the skin. It does a pretty good job of evening out my skin tone. You can see it did minimize redness, but redness is still going to be a little bit visible on the skin. But that was not very much foundation, you guys, and it just feels so nice. So I would definitely say with the first layer applied, it definitely is like a light medium coverage, but it does look good on the skin. I'm very impressed with the way it looks. We're going to try to build it up to see if I can get a little bit better coverage out of it. But I'm going to go ahead and try blending it out with a beauty sponge on this side first. So that is 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and I did apply 2 pumps on this side. I'm going to take my janky Real Technique sponge, and then we're going to see how it looks with the beauty sponge. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and blend it in. okay, usually I hate foundations with beauty sponges. I actually don't hate this one. Blending in just as nicely with the beauty sponge. Coverage is a little bit lighter, of course, when you go in with the sponge. I still prefer brushes with my foundation, you guys. I have never found a foundation that I like better with a beauty sponge versus a brush. That's just my preferred method. So this is what the foundation looks like with the beauty sponge. It definitely gives a little bit of a lighter, definitely more skin-like appearance versus the brush. And keep in mind that this is the side of my face that usually has more breakouts and tends to be a little bit more acne prone. This side definitely looks a little bit, it definitely has a little bit of a lighter coverage. It did an okay job blending out redness. With the beauty sponge, I still prefer the side with the brush though. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply. We're gonna see if we can get this up to full coverage. And then I'm gonna take it down the neck a little bit just to make sure everything blends in. And then I'm just gonna blend in another layer. This is the second layer applied with the brush, and this is still what it looks like with the first layer of just the beauty sponge. Now I'm going to do something I never do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply the second layer with the beauty sponge and see if we can get it built up with the sponge. Normally when I test out foundations, I usually just say forget it and I switch over to the brush. This time I'm going to keep using the sponge and see what happens. Okay, that's providing some pretty decent coverage. This foundation does feel super lightweight on the skin, you guys. It really does. I do definitely agree with the claim that it does look skin-like. It's 2 layers of foundation on, so this is the brush. This is the side that I applied with the brush. This is the side that I applied with the Beauty Blender. I actually don't mind the way that this foundation applied with the Beauty Blender. I feel like they actually do look similar. I do think that if you look really, really close, that the brush side does look a little bit more full coverage than the beauty sponge side. Go ahead and leave it here because I don't want to apply too much more foundation onto my skin. And the places that are still a little bit more red, like in my cheek area, because there is still some redness showing through. The foundation does look nice on the skin though. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the concealer to try to cancel out a little bit more of the redness that is showing through. This is the concealer right here. It has the same type of packaging. It looks really nice, you guys. One thing that I did forget to mention is the foundation does come in the standard 1 fluid ounce. The concealer is an oil-free concealer and it also claims to be waterproof. It says that it is a hydrating concealer in Smashbox LA Photo Studio to flawlessly camouflage imperfections and last throughout a 24-hour shoot. So the concealer is claiming to last for 24 hours where the foundation says 15 hours of wear. It says that makeup artists in Smashbox LA Photo Studio call this concealer a magic wand because it makes any skin imperfection disappear and lasts all day. It says that it's waterproof and moisturizing. The creamy formula blends flawlessly without creasing, caking, and settling. Those are some pretty big claims. It says that it provides medium to full buildable coverage and it's light diffusing spheres blur imperfection, so that's the same as the foundation. It is sweat, humidity, and transfer resistant, so there is no need for midday touch-ups. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm noticing that the foundation is kind of sinking into my fine lines a little bit. It's sinking in a little bit faster than the average foundation does. Just noticing that off the bat, but once I apply my powder and get everything settled in, we'll see how that works out. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the concealer, and again, I have the shade Light Neutral. Definitely does feel lightweight. I usually apply a color corrector, you guys, but I'm not going to do that today because I want to see how the concealer covers on its own. And I'm going to take the concealer down a little lower to kind of help cover up the redness that I have. Still kind of showing on my cheeks. I'm going to take a little bit of the concealer right here because I still have some redness showing there on the sides of my mouth. And a little bit on the forehead. I'm going to take my Morphe M439. I'm going to start blending it in with the Morphe M439 and then I'm going to switch over to the beauty sponge. Just kind of like that. Just do a quick blend, nothing precise, and then I'm going to take the beauty sponge This blends out super effortlessly. It is definitely not as full coverage as my Tarte Shape Tape. All right, guys, so this is what I'm looking like with a little bit of with the concealer, the foundation. I do like it. I'm actually not in love with it. It is definitely settling a lot. So into my fine lines, the foundation is. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup off camera. I'm gonna get everything set, and then we'll come back, and then I'll come back on camera, and then I'll show you how everything is wearing. So I will be right back. It is now 12:15. I have no idea where my cell phone is so you guys can see the time. My makeup is completely done. So I think overall that the foundation does apply really, really nicely. I think it wears nicely. I feel that it's very lightweight on the skin. The one thing that I will say as far as first impressions is concerned, I don't know how I feel about the concealer. When I went to apply my RCMA no color powder and then to dust it away, it was like it had stuck to the concealer. So it was really hard for that to wipe off. I don't know if that's was just kind of like a one-time situation, but I'm not a fan of that if that's going to continue to happen. I think my skin looks really nice. I think everything looks even. I think everything looks really, really nice. I had no issues applying any of my powder products over top of this foundation, just the concealer. So the concealer I'm not sure about, but this is what everything is looking like right now. Overall, I do like it. I think it looks good so far. I think it's lightweight on the skin. You definitely cannot feel it. I definitely think that it evened everything out. Everything just blended very easily into the skin. So far so good. So far I am definitely impressed by this foundation. I will check back in with you guys in a couple of hours and I will let you know if my opinions have changed any. All right, guys, I'll see you in a bit. All right, guys, and I am back for my final check-in. It is 8:42. All right, guys, so let's talk about it, shall we? Okay, so we'll start with the concealer. Now, I don't love the concealer, but I think that is partially my fault. Have to combat my under eye dark circles. I feel like this concealer on its own just did not get the job done. There are very, very few concealers I feel like without a color corrector will really cover everything. Like the Tarte Shape Tape, I feel like is thick enough that it really will cover everything. The It Cosmetics by Under Eye will really cover and camouflage. I feel like that it is a lightweight concealer. I feel like it is still in place. I feel like I just cannot get past the dark circles. So what I'm gonna do, you guys, is I'm going to test this out tomorrow before work. I'm gonna do my normal concealing and like prep work for this concealer as far as putting my normal color correctors on and things like that. And then I'll let you know if I feel any differently about it. But I feel like if you have really, really dark under eyes or dark circles or a lot to cover, this concealer might not be the one for you. It is very lightweight. It is very, very blendable. And I do like it for that. I just did not like the way my under eyes looked today. I don't know. So I'm iffy on the concealer. As far as the foundation is concerned, yes, my mirror is still dirty. I like it that way. So as far as the foundation is concerned, I was a little concerned when I first put it on because I felt like it was really, really kind of accentuating some of my fine lines and my drier areas, like right in here. But I feel like once I powdered, that kind of went away. I feel like this might be the best color match I have found to date for a foundation, and I love it for that. And I just took it out of the bottle right now. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but it looks like something is kind of separating on the inside of the foundation. I'm not really sure what that's about. But once you shake it up, it goes away. But anyways, back to what we've got going on right here. I definitely think that this is something that a dry skin person could definitely get away with wearing. Not cling to any dry patches. It applied beautifully. It felt lightweight when I put it on. It did not accentuate my pores. I do think that this is a very, 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 very skin-like foundation. So I think that this is one of those foundations that if you did not put the rest of it on, like the full baking, the under eye highlight, you know, full on blush, like if you wanted to wear this for like a subtle, everyday, no makeup look, I feel like this foundation would be perfect for that. But on the other end of the spectrum, I feel like you can really build it up and a good full coverage look out of it as well. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys in just a little bit closer so you can kind of see. Don't judge my under eyes. I already told you that those were a hot mess, okay? I already told you. But I feel like the foundation, nothing has separated. I feel like it looks exactly the way it did when I first put it on. I mean, things are starting to get a little crinkly in my mouth area, but as far as everywhere else, I think I like it. I think it's a good one. So I have you guys a little bit closer so you can kind of see the foundation a little bit better. So you can't really see any of my redness in this area. And this is the side where my redness is typically worse. And you definitely, I feel like you cannot see any redness in this area either. So I think that everything looks good. I think everything stayed on really nicely. I want to say, what time did I put this foundation on? At 12, and it's almost 9 o'clock. So that's a good 9 hours of wear. It said that it could go for 15. Ain't nobody got time for that. But I like it. I think it's a good foundation. I feel like we're batting 0 for 2 here on Foundation Friday, you guys. You know, it's like I said, it's lightweight enough for somebody with dry skin, and it's hydrating enough for somebody with dry skin, but it's not so overly hydrating that somebody with oily skin is gonna look like an oil slick. I mean, I do have a little bit of shine right in my T-zone, but like it's not, it doesn't feel like oily, because for the most part I do have dry skin, but it's leaning a little bit oily in certain areas. So some foundations make me look extremely oily. So for somebody who produces like the tiniest amount of oil for a foundation to make them look oily, just means that it is a very oily foundation. This foundation, 2 thumbs up. I like it a lot. It's right in line with most high-end foundations as far as prices. It was $45, I believe. So definitely more expensive than the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, but I do like it better than that one. I think that just from start to finish, I think that this foundation performed a lot better for my skin tone, whereas that one, my skin had to kind of like warm up to it. So out of the 2 that I've tried so far, I feel like this is the winner. So I give the foundation 2 thumbs up. I give the concealer a possibly maybe. We'll see. I'm not ready to like break up with you, but we'll try you again. So that's how I feel about the concealer. Alright guys, so thank you for joining me again today. I really hope that you did get your foundation fixed this Friday. So before you head out, I'm gonna go ahead and ask that you do 3 things for me. The first one being giving this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. The second one being leaving a comment down below of any of the foundations that you might want to see me try out next. And the third thing is, you guys, if you don't mind going ahead and hitting that subscribe button down below. Subscribing to my channel just ensures that you do not miss any future upcoming videos. We're going for it. We're trying it. 3 videos a week, every Wednesday, every Friday, and every Sunday is what I'm going to be trying to do for you guys. And yeah, guys, just hitting that subscribe button ensures that you do not miss those videos. And until I see you next time, you guys be safe out there. Bye.